Welcome back, everybody, to round 5 of American Rally Association presented by AMSOIL. My name is Tiffany Stone alongside with Mike Shaw, and we are in beautiful Idaho City. What makes Idaho City and this area a little bit different?
Well, you know, again, we're in one of these historical communities, kind of like we had in Oregon, but this one, the roads are just so different here. Every place we go to, there's just a little bit of a different challenge. What's really so iconic about Idaho's roads, very tight, very twisty, very challenging. There's a couple of fast-flowing ones in there, so you got to really change it up on your driving style. You got to get those notes just right, so you know just how tight to turn in. What might be a right 2 for one driver might be a right 1 for another. So you got to really make sure you get those down just right, so you're both safe and fast.
Well, I know a lot of the drivers had a chance to kind of compare some notes yesterday and meet up and talk to some of the other drivers at Park Exposé.
We need to bring home a, bring home a class win this weekend.
But the difference is when you're in rally, you're going non-stop the entire stage. It's pinned as fast as you can go.
Which one do you think is going to be the most difficult?
Spanish Fork is one of the ones we did recce yesterday, and it's also nothing but hairpin after hairpin after hairpin. As you can tell, these are some very difficult stages here. Very tight, very twisty, as we were talking about earlier. And here you can see David Higgins. He's going through very, very slippery. One of the things that I kept hearing from drivers is that as the cars went through for that second pass, the dust just got so thick on the stages that they kept understeering, getting slippery and slipperier. Even McKenna, he ended up having it off. Jeff Seahorn, though, here he is. He ended up actually just keeping it in the middle of the road, keeping it safe. That was the best way to go about these stages. He ends up leading the rally after the end of the day today. So great job by him. David Higgins, he still had a little bit of an issue with power steering. Also, we had an issue here with Oliver Solberg. He'd been fighting electrical issues all day long with the throttle on that car, eventually making it come to an end on that Spanish Fork stage. So Spanish Fork, if anybody had an issue, it was going to happen on Spanish Fork. We talked to Cam Steely a little bit. He was saying that it was one that he just wasn't used to having to use the handbrake so much just to get used to all the tight corners. But by the end of the second loop, he got finally comfortable and into a rhythm. Stephane Bertier is one of the ones in the side-by-sides. It was great seeing him out here. He's one that hasn't done rallying for a number of years. He's really excited to get back into it, and these side-by-sides, let me tell you, if there was a vehicle really to handle the tight, twisty stuff, these are the ones that can do it. Obviously, a little bit of advantage on the cars. They're not as fast on the straight line stuff, but in these twisty turns, they're definitely the best one to have. Some of our other competitors we had coming through here, the regionals like Seth Van he's been really trying to come to grips with, but was fighting some brake problems. And then our good friends over at El Diablo Rally Team. We've got Matt Dickinson, Dan Piker. They ended up having an off earlier in the day, got pushed back on, so they've been fighting as hard as they can to get back into the standings so they can win some of that Subaru contingency.
Well, Mike, that was an exciting day 1 here in Idaho. I know tomorrow is just going to be just as epic. Tomorrow, going that they're changing their ways, what do you think is going to be the most difficult part?
Well, I think it's about adapting your driving style to the tight technical stuff after it's rutted out. Some of them maybe want to soften up their car a little bit because as those ruts get deeper, you need more suspension travel. Maybe making some adjustments to setup to make sure the car can get around those tight, twisty turns, because there's Meadow Creek tomorrow, and that is the tightest of the stages in this entire rally.
Well, I know it's going to be a difficult one. Mike Shaw and I will be there giving you guys some more action all day long. And we're here, round 5 of American Rally Association, presented by AMSOIL.